First up this month, we're heading to the Polk County Courthouse in Bartow to learn about an important initiative called Arts in Public Places. Through a partnership with the Arts Ensemble Education Foundation, the Arts in Public Places initiative was born out of the realization that the simple act of hanging artwork on the walls could help people achieve a sense of peace and calm in a difficult situation. Let's take a look.
I greatly appreciate the sacrifice and service of our jurors, and I'm constantly working to improve the jury experience. So in 2015, we partnered with the Arts Ensemble Education Foundation to brighten the jury experience. The Arts Ensemble Education Foundation is a community-based, not-for-profit organization whose mission is to inspire interest and maximize participation in the arts in Polk County and the surrounding region. By hosting a rotating selection of works of local artists, the Jury Art offers the opportunity to showcase the brilliance and talents of our many local artists, and it gives them an opportunity to share their talents and creations with those serving jury duty. Coming in for jury duty isn't necessarily a fun thing to do, so it's my hope that by filling the walls of our jury assembly room and jury waiting area, that it brightens the day for the jurors and helps put them in a good mood with a positive environment so they can perform their civic duty.
My name is Nick Sudzina. I'm the trial court administrator for the 10th Judicial Circuit, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about arts in public places. In recent years, we have added artwork in the courthouse, specifically the law library, jury management, some judges' hearing rooms, and other public and private offices. And I think it's had a very positive effect on the people that work in the courthouse, as well as the citizens that come to court for various reasons, whether to pay a fine, to attend a court hearing, or to do legal research in our library. We have heard nothing but positive comments, and I think people feel a sense of relaxation when they observe our artwork. People come to the courthouse under various degrees of duress, and they may have never served on jury duty before. They might be facing a crisis situation in a court hearing, and to see the artwork on display probably relaxes them somewhat. So we're very glad we have this partnership with the arts world and the art field, and we want to continue that. And we welcome people to come to the courthouse if you have occasion to visit and observe the fine artwork we have on display. In addition, we have artwork classes in the courthouse, and it was really set up to attract veterans that come to behavioral health court to come and do painting, because it has some therapeutic value. And we have several veterans that have come to do paintings, and we have had several staff members express an interest, and they have come to do paintings, and their work product has been very impressive. I've had occasion to do 2 paintings, and I can tell you it was very rewarding to me, and you know, we're just glad to offer that to anyone that comes into the courthouse twice a month to join our painting classes.
Amanda Horton, who's the law librarian, and I have been trying to get artwork in here because I've been an appreciator of art. And she said, well, hey, they're going to start an art class, and they're trying to gear it towards veterans, and you're a veteran, so maybe you should come to the class. I thought I'm not an artist. What good would that do? I mean, I'm going to mess up. And the only memories I had from art class go back to 8th grade, where my art teacher taped my mouth shut with duct tape. Turned me off on art, okay? So it took a lot to go to the class, And that's where Carol Hughes made it very easy and comforting and reassuring that there are no mistakes. It's an excellent program, and it just really got to me in a way that not much else has. So I was extremely happy about that. And that was back in May. So all this goes from May to January. The first piece was a butterfly. And this is when the program first started out, and this is of course sponsoring or geared more towards veterans. I'm a Navy veteran. So my butterfly, I'm told, is hanging somewhere in the Capitol because they were trying to get grant funding and stuff like that. And I think they picked my butterfly because if anyone was showing post-traumatic stress, it was probably the picture of my butterfly. We then went to some other different images where you learn about putting, flowers and plants and depth. And from that, I learned that, wait a minute, maybe I can play around and experiment a little bit more. Well, the inspiration really hit me, and I decided to tackle on something a little bit more challenging. I like the idea of lighthouses, and I wanted to grow from there. Got the canvas, and I got the paint, and I started playing around with it. And all these things from the class started popping up. I mean, there's no real mistakes. You can go with it, you can release the energy and so forth. And the more I went at this, the more the canvas came alive to me. And so here I am trying to paint something that I've never done before and tackle it and to show the energy. And I'm hoping that that's what's conveyed here, because I'm trying to show the energy of the storm and that the waves are crashing up here and that there's this little lighthouse. I started this one in August, but most of the time it was staring at the canvas because I was intimidated. I go, how do you do this? So in the meantime, we do some of these other paintings, and more that confidence gets built up. And I go, okay, let me try this. You learn that brushes can be your friend, and I now have probably over 50 different paintbrushes. My back room in my house is now an art studio, and I've got a big easel to work with and stuff like that. I don't use Netflix, I don't use these other internet-based things anymore. So when I want to relax, I find that this is very meditative, because when you're doing this stuff, it's like you're being, for lack of a better way to express it, you're being one with the canvas, and the picture kind of comes out. All of these things, as you go through, I was going through these stages, I was learning something different from each painting. And I've meditated, I like meditation and stuff like that. I tend to be a little bit ADD when I'm in my real life, but when I'm in front of the canvas itself kind of like shows me where to put stuff, and it like calls me. So I get this idea. The picture I had my grandson had a 10-year-old birthday. We tell Jack of the Beanstalk stories all the time. I mean, you would think it's old hat, because every time he comes over, he wants to hear a Jack of the Beanstalk story, and we always pretend it's the first time we've ever told the story. But I wanted to reproduce that, something that he could have. So I'm his papa. I did this little Jack of the Beanstalk. I have another son for his birthday present, because now I'm inspired about doing art for something that you give them something from inside you. What better gift? Something that can only be given one time like that. So I did one which I call No Place Like Home. Hopefully when you see that, you'll understand why it got its title. And that was a gift for my son who's up in Philadelphia. So art for me has been kind of a release. It's been kind of a mechanism to get rid of stress. During my day life, I work in the courthouse. I do, about 12 to 20 divorces a week. So, what do you do to de-escalate from that? A lot of us use things, like movies and going out and drinking or whatever it is that for an outlet. Here is something that's healthy, and it's something that really makes you feel connected. And if you have that spiritual inclination, you find that we're all creators at heart. And this was a way to show me that I could do that. So I'm very happy with that.
For more information on the Arts in Public Places initiative, and to learn more about Arts for Vets classes, visit www.artsensemble.org.